So looking at an age problem, John is 3 times as old as his nephew is at present. So of course we have present in terms of time. We have present. John is, so looking at John's. But let's set up this first part. John is 3 times as old as is, right? John is 3 times as old as his nephew is at present. John is 3 times as old. Okay, so we don't know the nephew's age. We don't know the nephew's age. So let's represent that by X. John is, not John, the nephew is X years old. We don't know his age. But we know that John is actually 3 times as old as that amount. So let's assume that the nephew is. Let's take a number for the nephew. Let's say the nephew is 10 years old. Then John is 3 times 10, which would be 30 years old. And of course, you can use any number there to understand why I put 3 times X. Okay, so basically finish with the first sentence. Next sentence, 10 years ago, so look at the past. So this is past, we're looking at 10 years back. John was 6 years older. So this part has two portions, right? Because John was 6 years older than, all right, 10 times the nephew's age. But we're talking about we're talking about 10 years ago. All right, so let's use the nephew's age as a base again, just as we did with the X. Whatever the nephew's age is, whatever age the nephew is now, 10 years ago, the nephew's age would have been 10 from his current age. I write it as X minus 10. So since the nephew was X minus 10, and we were told that the uncle, John, right, was 10 times the nephew's age, right? This is the nephew's age 10 years ago. This was the nephew's age 10 years ago, X minus 10. And at that time, the uncle was 10 years, 10 times the amount. So the uncle was 10 times, 10 times older, 10 times older than the, the nephew during that time. Currently, he's only 3 times older than the nephew. But 10 years ago, he was 10 times older than the nephew's age. The nephew's age was X minus 10, and that was 10 years ago. And during that time, the uncle was 10 times that amount. But not just 10 times that amount, he was 6 years older than 10 times that amount. And so 6 years older than, we just basically put plus 6, right? Plus 6. And when we say 6 years older than, what we mean is this. If I'm 6 years older than you, let's assume that you're 20. All right. Then it means that my age will be what? 26, because I'm 6 years older than. So I add 6. So 6 years older than 10 times the amount. Or basically put plus 6 to indicate 6 years older than. And 10 times the age of the nephew will be 10 times X minus 10. So that's the nephew's age. All right, that should be clear. All right, you can always comment if you don't understand still. But let's move on to the future though. Currently, the current age is for the current age for the nephew is X. So 5 years from now, so they ask us for, right? The future, 5 years from now, the nephew's age will be what? Well, if his age now is X, then 5 years from now will be simply admin 5. And the same thing goes for the uncle. Whatever his age is, we know it's we know it's 3 times X, right? Whatever amount that is, 3 times 10, 33, 3 times 5, 15, whatever amount that is, we simply add 5 so we can get that amount of age in the future. Now, we fill out all the boxes here, right? In terms of X. Now, all we need to do is to have an equation. Let's use the uncle's age in the past to help us. You would probably figure out why I did that. I thought about it before, so, but let's look at it now. The uncle's age in the past was 10 times X minus 10 plus 6. This is 10 years ago, right? Correct? Okay. If this is the uncle's age 10 years ago as an expression. Let's take this as its age. To get this was 10 years ago. To get his current age, forget about the 3x and these expression. We're just looking at this one here. This is current. This was his age 10 years ago. If we add 10, we basically bring his age up to date. And that if this was his age 10 years ago, adding 10 to it will actually give us his current age. Correct? Yeah. So if I knew your age 10 years ago, then I can find your age now by simply adding 10. So I'm going to add 10. I'm going to add 10 to his age, which is this, which was his age 10 years ago. This. I'm adding 10 to it to get his current age. But it doesn't mean I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to equate it to a known expression for his current age, which is 3x. All right, so this is his current age as an algebraic expression, and quite short and nice, which is 3x. But this is more a complicated one. I've added 10 to his age in the past, which is this complicated expression. And it would have brought me up to speed with his current age, but we can actually write it like this. So I have two different expressions representing his current age. Simplifying, I will get 10x minus 10 times 10 is 100. 6 plus 10, that's 16. Give us 3x. All right, I'm going to bring the x's together. So 10x minus 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides. Subtracting 16 from, well, let me just add 100 and subtract 16 from both sides. So add 100, subtract 16 from both sides. So it seems as if I transpose the minus to a plus 100 and transpose the plus 16 to a minus 16. All right, if you want to look at it that way, this will give me 7x is equal to, and 16 from 100, that will give me, just give me 4. It looks like 84. All right. And so my final answer in solving for x, that will be what? And this will give us, dividing both sides by 7. I'll get, let's divide by 7 both sides. Right? Dividing both sides by 7. And that will give me x equals 12. Right? 7 goes once, 1x. And so I'll get x equals 12. Okay, so I found x equals 12. But remember, the key thing was what? They want us to find the actual age in the future for both John and the nephew. How old will they be in 5 years from now? All right, so John's age, let's look at it. So 5 years from now, let's look at it. So we have two parts, John's age, right? We know it's going to be what? We know it's actually 3x plus 5. And substituting x into that, we're going to get 3 times 12, because x is 12 plus 5. And that will give us 3 times 12 is how much? 36 plus 5. That will be 41. So John's age 5 years from now will be 41. And what about the nephew's age? Well, that's the B portion. The nephew's age will be, we told us it says x plus 5. Of course, that's simply 12 plus 5, and that will be 17. So basically got both of our answers, 41, 17, respectively. Thank you.